We're playing NORCO. What is NORCO? Well, it seems like it's basically a point-and-click adventure game. It's very new. Came out very recently. I don't know anything about it, honestly, but it seems like something I might want to play, just from the little bit I've seen of it. So I can't actually tell you anything about NORCO, because I suppose that we're going to learn about NORCO at the same time. Let's get started. S.H.I.E.L.D. hid the stars behind halogen and flame projected onto the sky every night. There was no such thing as silence. The noise never went away. The refinery exhaled an endless sigh. Well, this is where we come from, so maybe it's a comforting sound for us. I still can't sleep without that sound. In your dreams, the towers were grand cathedrals, places of worship. The swamps hid behind mirrors like spies. The birds transformed into radiant spheres and traced omens above the highway blight. You spent your adolescence sleepwalking between little devastating rituals. Though Blake pleaded, you decided to leave. Well, I knew he'd get over it. He never did. You caught out on a grainer to Chicago and onward to the West Coast. You never left Louisiana and thought you'd never return. You thought the ghost of the lowlands wouldn't find you hiding along the road. The years carried you through overlit suburbs of the vast American limbo, across mountains above cell towers. Thumbing down 99, you saw an old man crouched in a roadside ditch. He was mouthing your name. He had a familiar gaze. He was gone when you wiped the sleep from your eyes. You spoke to Blake, learning of your mother's declining health, her insomnia, her erratic behavior. You ignored the urgency in your brother's voice. By and by, you made your way east. You threw your phone into the Rio Grande. You joined the armies of the Mesa. For months, you were in the company of fugitives. You slept in nuclear tunnels, repairing engines and weaponry. The war was a meme that set Albuquerque on fire. You escaped while the foot soldiers of a pop-up junta bloodied the parched land. While hiding in the berth of a freightliner, I slept. Only pleasure we get. You slept easily as the truck shuttled through the plains. You called home from a landline in a motel somewhere beyond Texas. You knew from Blake's hello that your mother was already dead. You hung up, shouldered your bag, returned to the highway. 5 years had passed. The ghosts were calling you back home. Act 1. Lowland Ghosts. We awake from our delirious dream to find ourselves in our childhood bedroom. Monkey watches from the corner. Well, clearly we can interact with Monkey. We can interact with our laptop. With books. Among the books on the shelf is a slim volume called Crisis LARPing. Well, of course we're going to read it. The proto-disaster tourism began almost as soon as the floodwaters left. Punks from across the country ventured into the Ninth Ward, Gentilly, St. Bernard, and finally the East. They curated a theatrical self-portrait of their lives in the ruins. The aesthetics of disaster were central to that emerging milieu. It began to percolate into popular culture. Collapse became the zeitgeist. Wise investors recuperated the experience of disaster. New Orleans became a plastic dystopia, a marketplace for crisis. We assume Million have been keeping the plants alive. Well, we certainly haven't. We haven't been here. A flyer from a show our friend put on a few weeks before we left town. A fight broke out while one of the opening bands played. I got whipped in the face with a bike chain. I still have a scar above my left eye. After the show, we and Blake shot fireworks from the roof of a hotel on Poydras Street. Sleepless and sober, the two of us walked back to Norco. We watched the sun climb over the grain elevators. All right, let's talk to Monkey. Monkey, our best friend, a childhood gift. We spoke with him often when things got difficult, but then you left. He sat here for 5 years collecting dust. 5 years. His eyes fill with anger as he challenges you to return his gaze. Staring Contest Part 1. Glyphs. Glyphs will appear and flash a pattern. Match the pattern to meet Monkey's gaze. Ready? Sure, let's have a staring contest with a Monkey. We successfully met Monkey's gaze with a cool assurance. However, his expression is unchanged. We stare more intensely. Part 2, Rings. Circles will appear over Monkey's eyes. An outer ring will shrink to the perimeter of the circle. Click the circle when the outer ring locks into place. Ready? Yeah. Anger melts from Monkey's face. We will take Monkey. We drape Monkey over our shoulder. We have defeated Monkey. Is he in our party? Does that mean he's a party member? I guess. Monkey stares at us. We stare at Monkey. We'll look away. Don't need to stare at him right now. I guess this is us in our cave of the soul. Us. Our home again. Because our brother needs us. Because our mom died. We were traveling through the Midwest. The freight cars rattled in the cold dusk as we crouched on the grainer porch. The cell towers peeked over the flat country, translating the notions of the world. The lights of suburban Memphis, the fences, the traffic, the stark shadows under a lavender blanket of clouds. Afraid, tired, silent, and alert at each terminal, you watch the night decay for miles. Then what? We rode in the back of a van, wedged between amplifiers from Chicago to Des Moines. We stole a heater from Walmart and brought it to the poorly attended house show. Des Moines to Kansas City to Denver. Across the Rockies? Our friends went south and we were glad to be alone. We spent long nights among those highways in a shitty sleeping bag. We bathed in rivers. We watched the ocean of outer space. We watched the satellites travel along their course. What about down the Pacific coast? Summer days arrived. We built a bike in a garage in Eureka and took it south. Generator shows on the beach. Interstate on-ramps teeming with personalities. The familiar smile on the face of the old man in the Central Valley ditch. Our mind map has expanded. That smile burned its image into our eyes. We will dismiss the thought. Us. We're going to finish our thought. Well, I guess we can expand our mind map as we go. Our mom, what about her? Well, she died. The cancer metastasized. It was in her liver, then her lungs, then it was in her brain. She was on chemo, never finished her third course. At the hospice on Jefferson Highway, Blake said the traffic shook the building. He left before she drew her last breath. Alone with the morphine drip and the rattling glass, that's how Catherine died. Our mom... Finish the thought. And brother? Our brother is a lot. Younger, reckless, gets in trouble, spends sleepless nights scrolling image boards. An edgelord, a shitlord, a sensitive soul, compassionate, foolish, can't take criticism, always needs money, tries to help those he loves, but often makes things worse. Worse. That's not how you say it. It's worse. There's no th in that. What else? Insecure, dysmorphic, constantly checking his reflection, always seeking validation. Was terrified of us leaving, and now he's terrified of us dying. Well, he needs to get over it. We're all the family he's got. Our brother, he's oblivious. Our grandma once said that she didn't expect much from Blake. She said he was short-tempered, oblivious, and couldn't focus. Blake was sitting in the chair across from her, staring down a tablet. After she left the room, you asked him how he felt. I feel fine, he said. Why? Because of what Gran said, we responded. You look confused. What'd you say? Our brother. Dismiss. What about this ditch man? The smile of the man who crouched in the ditch of the highway revisits our mind. His head was smudged with Wednesday ashes and mascara ran from his eyes. I guess that's all we have about him. I mean, we only saw him. We didn't talk to him or anything. What's on this computer? The laptop our Parain gifted us. Idols. I don't know what a Parain is. Idols on a shoddy particle board desk. Wake the laptop. As the screen illuminates, we notice that the signal in the house is dead. No internet. It looks like Blake was using the computer at some point. He left a browser tab. Oh, do we want to see what our brother was browsing on our computer? Well, of course we do. Need cash fast? Install QuackJob. Use promo code #bleed3 for up to 0.005 Quack coin. Lol. TF kind of name is QuackJob. Just like the name sounds, full of lunatics. App's a way of getting you to join a cult. Worse than them people living in the mall in Kenner. You can't trade that coin they use on hardly any exchanges because everyone knows it's a GD Ponzi scheme. Mods won't do a thing about shills, but you ban you on the spot for using a naughty word. Place is a joke. ClearNet's nothing but celebs, libs, and bots. Seen this exact thing, OP. Still there? Seen at the base of the upper suction. This is SCP Anglers. Oh no, there's like, you can scroll up. Oh, there's actually quite a bit up here. Modbot archived all YX2Q posts at SCP Anglers, YX2Q. Anybody still post here? Nope, place is a wasteland. Mods are all SJWs. You're posting. Nice one, jackass. Forgot I even posted. Wanted to run something by you gents. Was knocking out a sack late in the spillway. Saw a big round glowing thing in the sky. Call that the sun, OP. Funny. Talked to someone else. Seen it too near the parish canal. Bruh, that's the sun. Lamau, I see that every day. OP been rising and settling every day I've been alive. Drop it, fucks. Anybody seen or not? Nothing like this but birds in them swamps be acting weird. We've all seen the sun, bruh. Relax. Looked like it was made of glass, maybe. Would glow real bright, then not at all move fast. Best pick I could get. All kinds of shit been happening out that way. Get some sleep, OP. And here's QuackJob. Alright, can we see anything? I mean, I'm not noticing anything in that picture. It just looks like the sun. I don't see anything else to look at there. All right. What's this? Oh, what's this down here? Living room. All right. Let's go to living room. What do we have here? We have laundry. Our mom's unfolded. Oh, man. Mom left this here before she died. Can we ever bring ourselves to fold the laundry? Or would that be closing a chapter on our life that we're just not ready to close? Photo album. A family photo album. Let's look. Yellowing pages of disposable photographs. Our grandfather, a peculiar look in his face impossible to read. Our mom staring at Blake through the obscure lighting. He's dressed as a vampire, tugging at someone's waist, pleated khaki shorts. A photo labeled Duck, scene of a barbecue at the lakefront. The man at the center points playfully at the camera, his face is obscured. Turn the page and there's Blue, your father, though you've never thought of him that way. His skin stained by the sun, a canister of dip shoved into his front pocket. His easy smile, his knowing eyes. We set the book aside. All right, so sounds like we updated our mind map a few times with family members, but let's first take a look around. A letter from Shield Oil sits atop a stack of mail. Oh, I think I picked... Yeah, I chose an auto-continue. Dear neighbor, please be advised. There will be elevated flaring at the site of our number 5 stack near Good Hope on the evening of Thursday, March 19th. This will pose no health risk to residents. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Shield NORCO Office of Community Engagement. Well, as long as it's not going to hurt anyone. The heat of spring will soon arrive, and the mildewed air of the window unit will fill the room. A photo of our mom holding Blake as a baby on a beach in Pensacola, Florida. It's winter. We stand beside them, bundled up and laughing as a gust of wind rakes the beach. The sky is bone white. We peruse the titles on the bookshelf. What about the western margin of the lake? Many tragedies have come to pass along the western margin of Lake Pontchartrain. That's right, they're just tragedies. That's all they are. The unnamed hurricane of YW9D left the settlements of Frenier and LaBranche in a state of unrecognizable destruction. Those who survived did so by clinging for their lives in the limbs of cypress trees. The fables and secrets of those communities lie with the bones now scattered in the sediment of the lake. Critiques of deliberate externality. Shield has acquired much of Norco's most flood-resistant land through a variety of mechanisms. Madeira and Moore, YX1Y, argue that one such mechanism is a process of deliberate externality. This theory posits that key corporate decision-makers encourage the company to emit effluent and noxious substances into the environment with the explicit intention of decreasing neighboring property values. This compels residents to sell their properties below market value to relocate as quickly as possible. The criticism that this theory often receives is that it diminishes the importance of slavery in situating black residents among industrial fence lines, Jacobs, YX2D, up and down the Mississippi River. In the words of Carter, YX2B, slavery was the deliberate externality from which Shield continues to profit. Pollution was never needed. I can't believe people would want to sell their property and leave this bustling town that's on its way up. What about fence line diaspora? In the end, we decided to leave Dimes. It wasn't the cat cracker or the smells or the fear of our children's health that drove us away, though they played a part. Truth be told, it was the media attention, the spokespeople and activists and academics and all this. I was done with it. I was done being a poster child, done being thought of as a victim. I wanted my experience to be my own, not something to gawk at or dissect in a laboratory. Let's leave. Parts of the books that reside on the bookshelf, only parts of stories that we do not know. Maybe we'll find out. We can go outside. Or we can watch TV. Watching TV sounds fine. An old defective flat screen that our mom never bothered to bring to the curb. Alright, so maybe we can't watch TV after all. We turn on the television. A chaotic distortion of our mother's memories flash before us. Tune in. Mom was into some experimental programming, I see. Let's see, we can go to the bedroom, or the kitchen, or the front. Let's go to the kitchen. What's happening there? We were always frightened by the laundry room. But we're an adult now. We're still frightened of the laundry room. We've discovered so many dead cockroaches in this microwave over the years that has discouraged us from using it. For several months, a dead baby roach was stuck between the clock's display and the protective screen, blocking the hour. Blake finally shook the microwave aggressively enough that the roach fell into the guts of the machine. Well, that solves the problem. Thanks, Blake. Now we can use it again. You probably still wouldn't want to use it. Oh, we're outside now. Hello. Whatever this is. It's Million. Let's talk to Million. Million sits in her characteristic slouch, lost in thought. Her carapace has... Carapace is a good word. You're talking to someone and they're described as having a carapace. Has taken on the rusted and weather-worn quality of the rest of the machinery in the yard. We recall the night that our mom showed up with her. We and Blake stayed up past dawn, poring over pirated API docs. Her ragdoll mass was slumped on the floor as I wrote the routing procedure. We wonder if such memories hide behind her constellation of eyes. The robot regards us casually. Let's speak with Million. Hey, you're awake. Yeah, best sleep in years. Sleeping in my childhood bed. The sound of the refinery always did help you sleep, didn't it? In any case, I'm certain I was no help. She gestures towards the motorcycle at the edge of the carport. I was turning over the engine on that bike to test the coils. It was quite noisy, but they're in good shape now. I need a fuse, and I can use it to get around while I finish repairing the truck. A fuse, you say? I heard the phone ringing inside, but I had my hands full. Where can we get a fuse? The gas station just up the road has them, but you may have to persuade Troy to let you in. Were you expecting a call? Many people have been calling since Catherine died. Your brother is usually the one to answer the phone, but I don't know where he went off to. He's useless. I give Blake a hard time, but he did more to care for your mother during her final days than anyone else. It's been difficult for him. He deserves some time away from the house. Why would so many people be calling? Your mother left behind a lot of loose ends. From what little I know, I gather she was conducting research for a client in Fat City. Everyone wants to go to Fat City. I sense that many people would like to acquire that data. I'm unaware of where she has hidden it. Perhaps Blake knows its whereabouts. Who exactly would want to see that data? Who exactly? In Fat City. Your mother spent her entire life researching this town. She knew histories that others have forgotten. History has a lot of value in this place. So who is this client? I haven't a clue. These aren't things she discussed with me. As the cancer spread, she became more guarded with her research. I took her knowledge for granted. Your mother had a lot to teach, but she wasn't always the easiest person to get along with. So, anyway, that's all. I'm intrigued by this Fat City, but we're not going to Fat City. At least not yet. We have to go to the gas station and get Troy to give us a fuse. Maybe we can threaten him with a pry bar. A steel pry bar lies on the ground. I guess we cannot take the pry bar. Your mom's old 4-cylinder 350cc bike. It has extensive rust and wear. A disintegrating crab net. Blue who taught our mom how to make these, and our mom taught us. In the summers, we'd bike to the suction before sunrise. Look, I'm always down for biking to the suction, but I don't know what that means in this context. Tie chicken next to the bottom ring of our net, submerge it, sit there nursing our coffee while the swamp raised its voice. We'd come home with a dozen or so crabs, snapping and writhing in a burlap bag. We assume our mom hadn't been out on the water much this past year. Our mom kept all her gear in a plastic container strapped behind the cab of the truck. Boots, waders, flashlights, tackle, first aid kit, etc. This truck was our grandfather's. We remember riding in his lap while he let us steer. The dead wasps that collected behind the seat. The smell of grease, whiskey, and nicotine. We and Blake would drive the truck into New Orleans on the weekends. No AC, windows down. The rattling chassis was deafening going 75 on Interstate 10. Millian has been slowly repairing the vehicle since our mom's death. In the back, there's the refinery. The towers of the refinery wink in a subtle and familiar rhythm. The refinery dominates the skyline. There is a cat on the porch. Our mom fed the neighborhood strays. They must be hungry since she passed. Well, I guess we have no food for the cat. At least not right now. 3 times this house is flooded. The first flood is a shadow of a memory. Placing our feet down on drenched carpet, our mom and grandfather ripping out sheetrock, sitting in a small RV in the backyard, setting dolls on a cluttered little table. The second flood, we were 14. The pumping station failed during a heavy rain. We were in class watching the clouds move upriver. We got a text message from our mom. Stay in the Strahan. She'll come get us. For 2 weeks, we shared a hotel room with our mom and Blake. She spent all her days gutting the house. In the evenings, he would sometimes help. The third flood, another pump failure. Our mom hired contractors with the insurance money. She said she was getting too old for it. We were bitter. We blamed her for not selling the house sooner. We stayed with friends in New Orleans. The fourth flood will follow a slow hurricane, and it will be a calamity. It will leave the entire region submerged as critical levees breach. There will be a massive blackout that lasts weeks. Much of the sewerage infrastructure will be damaged beyond repair. The embattled federal government will do nothing to assist. It will bankrupt the region. Small militant enclaves will form along the high ground of the Mississippi River. They will take to piracy and hijack commercial shipping vessels. Private mercenary forces will retaliate in kind. Slowly, industry will flee this hot zone. The old river control structure will collapse from neglect and sabotage. The Mississippi River will again change its course. NORCO, an old abandoned refinery town on a ghost of a river. Our house will be squatted and then raised. Well, I think we had just some sort of moment there. What was that about, a fourth flood? I forget what I was talking about. Our grandfather's statue of the Virgin Mary sits in the shadow along the crawl space of the house. We observe the weathered concrete and flaking paint of the statue. Let's inspect further. The face is especially deteriorated, framed by a system of cracks. Very deteriorated. We run our hands along the deteriorating contours of the statue. Techno-Mary. It snaps off as if by design. Behind the statue's face lies an odd assemblage of electronics carelessly soldered together. At the center of the electronic configuration is what appears to be a card reader. Well, I guess we don't have a card. Maybe if we had a card, we could do something there. All right, now we're going out into the neighborhood. Padu private investigators, we snoop for you. The turtle, he crawled out of the trash can. Don't touch him, see? He's dirty. No, he's not. Turtles are always clean. They live in water. Trash water is not clean. We gotta go, see? Just let me stare a little longer. He's pretty. The sisters are arguing about how hygienic it is to be close to a turtle. The lights are on at Padu Private Investigators. The snowball stand is closed for the winter. Yeah, you wouldn't expect that to be open during the winter months. We knock, no answer. So we could go to Floodgate Tavern, or Home, or Dimes Discount. Let's try the Tavern. The Floodgate Tavern. Many shield workers gather here after their shifts. It's closed. Should be open again later in the evening. Alright, nothing here for us right now, I guess. Let's go to the discount store. A film crew is set up along River Road. Several floodlights illuminate a gruesome murder scene. Two men stand pensively above a corpse. Let's approach the set. Let's see what they're filming. Hey, what you doing, everyone? As we near the set, a small, energetic man jumps from his chair. Attention, dumbass. Can't you see we're trying to shoot here? What you filming? It's a detective drama called None of Your Goddamn Business. Any other questions? Sounds cool. So is this like a murder scene? Keep it up and it's gonna be. Hey. You know what? Wait a second. You from around here? Yeah? We could use some cultural expertise, you might say. We're filming a Bayou cop drama and all these knuckleheads are from LA. An actor on set turns towards the director. I told you, Kevin, I'm from Texas. Oh, that's right. No, I forgot. Your Harvard-educated daddy bought a boutique ranch outside Austin. Well, that don't make you a cowboy, hoss. Now hush up before you scare off the yokel. The director returns his attention to you with a mild look of disgust. Help us out, will you? The script needs some work. What do you say? Great, yes, absolutely, let's do it. Great. Hey, Noah, get over here so you can learn something from this stupid redneck. Ugh. The actor smolders. He whispers under his breath. I'm a redneck. Fine, Noah. You're a redneck, a real salt-of-the-earth kind of guy. But as luck would have it, we came across an even dumpier hayseed than you, okay? So just take a knee. All right. Anyway, we need some good slang. What do you call a villain? A bad apple? A lowlife? Crawfish devil? Crawfish devil? We nod solemnly. Wow. Now that is some spicy Louisiana shit right there. Did you get that, Noah? Write that shit down. Crawfish devil. Damn, that's good. That's sultry. Who says that? No one says that. No one at Juilliard says it, Noah, but we're down here in the muck. I've been hearing all kinds of people say it down here. Just slipped my mind. Great, that's settled. One more thing. What's a more, regional way of saying to murder, to kill? Send him home with the roosters. Send him home with the roosters. We maintain severe eye contact. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Sounds raw. Sounds real. Remember it, Noah. Home with the roosters. Well, I'm satisfied. The Crawfish Devil sent another poor bastard home with the roosters. Sends a shiver down my spine. I seriously have to repeat this. This is how real people speak, Noah. It's how people talk outside Silver Lake, you understand? Real people are out here saying weird, gross shit all the time. So memorize that line, because that line is gonna win me a Golden Globe. Oh. The director half remembers our presence. I'm pretty good at sourcing talent, aren't I? Always had a knack for it. I guess I owe you one. If ever you need anything, talk to Noah or somebody else on set. Just don't bother me. I'm busy. Now get lost. Well, that went well. We were able to act as a consultant on a real movie. Wow. We did something today. Let's go to the gas station. We need a fuse. Well, well, well. Look, oh no, I don't want to see that. Look who's back. What happened? Carnival forget you beside the road? And you even brought your little doll. Yes, I have my stuffed monkey. What of it, Troy? That's cute. Wow, Troy, you look like shit. Not even gonna start with you. How come the rest of your family's so chill, but you so uptight? My mom just died, thanks. You're not that stupid, are you? Catherine, she's too valuable. They never let her die. If anything, she's probably vacationing on a hard drive somewhere. Oh, can you digitize people? In this... whatever this time period is? Trolling me about my dead mom, Troy. Yeah, trolling? You're so damn sensitive. Can't say nothing around you. Your mom was excavating all along the rim of the lake. So I guess whenever we see something in this color here, this turquoise, our mind map will get updated. I guess we have to remember to look at that. She used to pay me to help from time to time. Matter of fact, she needed somebody smart. Somebody vigilant. Somebody like me. Especially with Shield snooping around. I seen some wild shit out in the swamps with Catherine. What kind of shit, Troy? I won't bother telling you about it. It might hurt your brain. And anywho, this ain't story time. Not letting you in this gas station. Goddamn company that runs this dump did me dirty. They swapped me with an ATM machine for speaking truth. Ain't letting nobody through till I get an apology, very least. That sucks, Troy. I feel bad for you. Don't patronize me with your weak pity. If you really want to get through, go get me some of them pills your brother was selling. That might persuade me. Let's fight Troy. Joking, right? Trying to get wrecked? All right, then. Let's go. Oh, K or... Monkey, go! What does this even mean? Let's try me. mean, this was... I guess we have to alternate. I missed all of them. All right, I knocked out Troy. I think that achievement said class trader. We should probably look at the mind map. Shield, because we've been updating this a bunch, is an oil refinery. Shield Gulf South is a regional subsidiary of a transnational oil empire. It holds a large sale of leases in the Gulf of Mexico and refines crude oil right here in Norco. The chemical annex sits on the other side of town from the refinery. It produces the feedstock for plastic consumer products. Shield owns half the town. Shield... We can finish the thought. All right, there are the evil corp around these parts. What about Troy? Troy knows our family. He was buying pills from Blake and occasionally helping our mom with her research. He says she was conducting research in the lake. Blue is a vague memory. We don't remember Blue, only the things he left behind. Photographs, cologne, tools, the name that our mother kept. Even the pictures that have survived are too faded to make out. What about Pops Pierre, our grandfather, Peter Pops Pierre Melicon? He passed away when we were a teenager. He seemed to court controversy. There was a child we never understood why. What about Million? Million was a security android? She guarded the perimeter of the aluminum refinery in Gramercy. One day she ran away. Why? We don't know. Million was a fugitive? Once a fugitive, now just a relic. She spends hours in stasis beneath the house like any other discarded thing would. Million... Finish the thought. Okay, so that's how we got Million. It didn't seem like we're a family that would actually be able to afford an android. So I guess she used to belong to the Corp, and now we have her, and we reprogrammed her. So that's how we have such a thing. An old friend of our mom's, our memory of Duck is scattered and vague. Anything new? Yeah, conducting research for Mom. Who was she conducting research for? For a client in Fat City. Our mom... Finish the thought. What's that over there? Client. Our mom was conducting research for a client
in Fat City.
That's all we know. I wish we could go to Fat City. Sounds like quite the place. Let's go into the gas station and steal a fuse. Troy cannot stop us anymore. Yeah, you can see him out there. Dusty bags of dog food line the shelf. A manual price scanner. Ooh, fuses. Fuses hang on the shelf. We grab a fuse.
I detect that you have merchandise in your possession. You must remove any unpurchased items from our backpack and scan them in order to exit the store.
So to use an item in our inventory, we need to drag the item from the inventory menu to the intended target. All right, so let's see. Inventory menu, here is a fuse to the scanner. We scan the fuse.
Thank you for your purchase.
Great. Well, I mean, I thought we were just going to try to steal it. But I guess we can't. Protein bars, bubblegum, breath mints, taffy, etc. And the kiosk itself? The disembodied illuminated head of the kiosk levitates silently in the browser tab.
Good evening. How may I help you?
You know Troy, that guy outside?
Thank you for your inquiry. I am forwarding it to Perlu and Sons, LLC. Perlu and Sons, LLC has declined to respond to your inquiry.
So you own this place?
I am Discountware, a distributed cloud-based operating system for American Discount Southeast Incorporated, semantic version number 16.3.3. The owner of this franchise is Perlu & Sons, LLC. Discountware is licensed to the Perlu & Sons, LLC via the standard American Discount Southeast Incorporating licensing agreement.
How you like this job?
I proudly perform the routine maintenance, operations, and procedures of 227 American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise locations across the Southwest region. American Discount Southeast Incorporated is a model company awarded for excellence in business and community service. Thank you for inquiring about American Discount Southeast Incorporated.
So, just between you and me, why'd Troy get fired?
American Discount Southeast Incorporated prides itself on its outstanding mentorship and jobs training program. American Discount Southeast Incorporated works to ensure that each franchise location provides opportunities for career growth. At American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise locations, we leverage automation and machine learning technologies to enhance the lives of all employees. To apply for a position at any American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise location, please visit American Discount SE-ADSC today.
I'm good. Well, that didn't really answer our question. What about the liquor? Did this place ever start checking IDs? During high school, friends in the city would drive all this way just to get booze. Immaculately stocked cigarettes. No. We have what we need. We have the fuses. And we helped out on a movie set. I'm so proud of how we did. Giving our expert advice as to how the locals talk around here. Hey, who wants a fuse? Million wants a fuse. You got the fuse? Good. We'll be able to use the bike to get around town until I'm done with the truck. It concerns me that Blake still hasn't returned. He's been spending a lot of his time at Sarpy Paperbacks lately. Perhaps we should look for him there. Let's go. Get on this hog. Yeah, there we go. Sky bleeds a color we knew as a child. Airline highway passes beneath our feet. But look out for that helicopter, Million. It's going to shoot the road, and we're going to have to skid on our motorcycle to avoid the machine gun fire. But if we modified our motorcycle to make it a little thicker than the game thinks it's going to be, it's not going to work, and we're going to keep dying. Fortunately, we have not modded our motorcycle. Million has joined. Okay, new party member. We have 3 party members now. Also, combat? I didn't expect there to be a battle system in this game, but apparently there is. Hey, Million. Million shouts over the wind. The bike runs much better now. You can use it to get around during your visit. Where could Blake be? He spends much of his time at Sarpy Paperbacks. Maybe we should check there. How's Blake been? The year that you left, Blake became uncontrollable. His behavior troubled Catherine deeply. He was beginning to remind her of your grandfather. Ah, the man who invited controversy.
After he was expelled from Destroyhan, he began running drugs into the parish. He made himself many enemies. He put those things behind him after her illness, but now that she's gone, I'm uncertain what to expect.
Well, Troy did say that Blake was running pills. This place can ruin people.
Perhaps.
I won't apologize for leaving.
No one is asking you to, Kay.
Hey, Million, how have you been?
I'm always the same, Kay. Always the same.
Is that bad or good?
Whichever you prefer, Kay.
Sounds zen.
Perhaps.
I'm an unchanging eternal being, Kay, as long as my parts don't corrode. I do not concern myself with matters of life and death, for I have neither one. There is no soul within this metal housing, Kay, and no afterlife for me, if life could be something that could be said that I experienced to begin with, which even I don't know. What's it been like around town, Million?
S.H.I.E.L.D. has been expanding since you left. Catherine took our grandfather's boat into the lake to investigate reports of construction in the swamps along the shoreline. She assumed it to be unpermitted S.H.I.E.L.D. activity.
I guess that's what she's been researching.
She was unable to find any evidence of it. However, it was clear that she found something during that investigation.
What was it?
I don't know. Perhaps you do?
I haven't spoken to her in years. How would I know?
Has Blake not mentioned anything?
I never trust what Blake says.
In any event, something drew her to the lake in the months before her death.
Okay, so Mom found something mysterious before she died. But what could that be? Here's the overworld map of NORCO, Louisiana. And that's probably enough for our first session of NORCO. We came back to town, got to know Monkey, talked to Million, can't find our brother, and we met Troy and knocked him out, which I get the feeling we wanted to do that for a long time. Well, we didn't do it. We had Monkey's help. We brought our childhood stuffed animal with us, and the two of us knocked Troy out, is what we did. Well, Million suggested we go to the Sarpy Books, and I guess that is where we're going to be going next time. As for right now, I think I'm going to save a game. Let's save. There we go. That's the party. I wasn't really sure what kind of game this is, so the fact that there is an actual party and the fact that there's a combat system, I didn't really think was going to be here. I knew it was going to be like a point-and-click kind of thing. I knew there was going to be dialogue. Didn't realize combat. And that makes me more interested as to what this game is going to be. Well, that's our first session of NORCO. And we're going to be heading there next time to Sarpy Books to see if we can locate Blake, see how he's doing, and see if we can find out what did Mom discover before she died. Do we take down a corp? Are we going to take down S.H.I.E.L.D., or is there an even bigger threat? Or is this the kind of game where there's a threat? I don't know. Is this going to be about a game about self-discovery as a person? I don't actually know if this is the kind of game where there is like a threat that you have to fight or what. We're going to find out as we continue on with NORCO.